Hello everybody, just turn that down a little bit in the background, and it's not wanting to play nice, so we gotta do this hard way. Okay. Where's my volume on this? There we go. Hello everybody. Oh, I muted that one down too, wouldn't it? Oh god, too many windows, too many things to play with. And don't take that the wrong way, or else I will have to be really cranky with that. Anyway, I am the Cranky Canuck, and we are back for another evening of Late Night with Cranky and Friends. I am joined tonight by the Red Mage himself over on this side. How are you, Red?
Very good. How are you?
Not doing too bad. It's been a long week, man. I actually got to sleep in. I purposely slept in this morning for the first time for a while, so it was kind of nice. And on this side, we have the youngster himself, the smartest kid in the class, and probably the rest of this room, Mr. Dark Devil himself. How you doing, bud?
Doing good.
Good to hear. I guess gotta fix one little thing here. I gotta love doing this shit live. Just there we go. Get rid of that little blue border up at the top. Kind of irritates me. Anyway, we are back. We're here for another evening of some fun and stuff. But you know what? It is Easter. And if Veg was here, he would probably love this one. But I saw this and I thought it would be just perfect for, it's Easter and we got the Easter bunny, the Easter chickens and so on and so forth. So I thought this would be kind of nice to have.
I love that one giving the stink eye.
Anyway, happy Easter, everybody. I hope you have a great time with your family and friends when you're not hanging around here. And if you are hanging around here and ignoring your friends and family, then stop it. Our views aren't that important. Your family is. But that given, what are you guys? What's your guys' feelings on like? Are you sci-fi fans? You like your science fiction?
Of course.
Yeah. What about you,
Yeah.
Dark? Yeah.
Yeah.
How about like, okay, obviously sci-fi movies are generally already had my Easter day. All awesome, Cole. Sci-fi, the Sci-Fi Channel has gone through a pretty rough time, but admittedly, since you're shaking your head there, Dark, it's like sci-fi is like a joke, because it was for quite a long time. With all their reality shows and their bullshit that they were running, and that Sharknado crap is enough to give me a fucking headache right there.
That's not sci-fi. That's a train wreck.
Yeah, but their newest
But that is sci-fi.
No, it's not.
Just saying
that. No, that's
it is
sci-fi. It's a sci-fi channel show. It is not sci-fi. I do.
No, sci-fi has
it.
Sci-fi has had joke movies like that since its conception.
Yeah, but those are the type of movies I don't even give the time of day. It's just
Sharknado was a classic sci-fi movie because that's the kind of thing sci-fi has been doing. They had the weekly Saturday night new crap movie from Sci-Fi. I used to always watch them.
Thank you for saying the appropriate word there. Crap.
Because that's what it is. It's made to be a joke.
And anyway, their new CEO has made a commitment to return sci-fi to its roots, and we've seen like shows like Helix, which is an exceptional science fiction show. They've had several other ones that are really good, and I also believe they're carrying now the Orphan Black along with BBC America. Both of them together are carrying that show now, and that is if you have not seen Orphan Black, folks, get your ass to Netflix or however else you can find it and watch Orphan Black, because it is one class A sci-fi, and why Tatiana has not gotten an Emmy yet for her acting in that show just is beyond me. Anyway, they've got a new one coming out, and we got a trailer for it. It's called Killjoys, and basically it's bounty hunters in space in the future. But don't let that kind of set you off as like, oh god, this is going to be terrible, because it actually looks like it might kick ass. But here's the trailer for it.
We offer one simple service to all of our clients. Our agents are guided by one principle, one code. What is that code?
The warrant is all. You are locked and served. Killjoys!
We will cross contested jurisdictions. Find who or what you're looking for and bring it back to you in the condition requested.
I need this done cleanly and quietly. My eyes are up here. Prisoner drop-off?
Killjoys, huh? Level 4 warrants are live or dead, right?
Yep. Dead it is.
So anyway, that's the trailer for Killjoys. Now, I'm kind of looking. This is one that's definitely going to be on my list of ones to watch, at least for a couple shows to see how it goes. But it looks damn good.
It looks like it's got quite a lot of potential. Like, if it's the same producers from Orphan Black, so given Orphan Black's track record right now and the awards they're winning, I'm down to watch this.
What about you, Dark? Does it appeal to you at all?
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't know if I'd watch it just because I don't watch that much TV anymore, and I know Sci-Fi has always had that trend of disappointing
watch TV
me
at all.
Like Sci-Fi Channel, they always have good shows and then cut them off as soon as they're getting better.
Well, now that may have been the case, but not so much anymore. Because I know with I know when you remember Sanctuary?
Mm-hmm.
That started out as a web series that they got, and they were trying to use that as their launch pin for the Rebirth, but that was years ago, and then they went into another dip. But they actually gave that one life. Because like I said, it was originally...
Which one was Sanctuary again?
Sanctuary was the one... Oh, what the hell is her name? Oh.
Was it the one where they, like, had the base and they, like, captured all the monsters throughout the world or whatever?
Yep, that was it.
I didn't like that one.
You didn't?
No.
Why?
The first season was great, and after that it just kind of was meh.
I honestly, I lasted, I think it was about 3 seasons, and then I moved on. But I'm like that with a lot of shows. It's very rare that a show can keep me past 4 seasons. And it's either new stuff's coming along, or I just get tired of what they're doing, or they're going in a way that I just don't want anything to do with. But anyway, no, I'm looking forward to it. I'm definitely, that's June 19th is when it launched. Now, mind you, nothing comes close to April the 10th.
Nope.
Nope.
No, I had to give my father the helpful reminder that it's coming.
Amanda Tapping, thank you very much, Osk. Very, very much. That was her name, Amanda Tapping. Yeah, her accent wasn't the best. But yeah, April 10th, in case you don't know, if we haven't told you enough times.
If you're new here.
Yes, it's the premiere or the dumping of the Daredevil series on Netflix. And that's Are you looking forward to Are you going to watch that one at all, Dark Devil? Seeing as how
I don't know,
partly
maybe.
your namesake?
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know?
Maybe. I mean, lately, probably. Lately, I haven't had many games to play, so I've been watching a lot of Netflix, so probably.
Okay. The other thing we like to do every once in a while is, especially when a good one comes along from the guys at Men at Arms, is play one of their videos where they make ornaments from video games or comics or movies. And today we've got the one from the Azeroth Armory. I know this is going to make Red all kinds of happy. So let's have a look at the making of the Gore Howl.
My name is Tony Swanton. I'm a blacksmith. I make suits of armor and swords.
Like, what is that to put on a resume?
Business is making weapons for movies, video games, television shows, commercials. Blizzard Entertainment approached me to make an axe called Gore Howl.
So this is the Gore Howl. These are some really cool 3D renderings that show it in detail. This weapon is steeped in lore from Warcraft 3, and this is the guy who wields it. This is this crazy orc from Hellscream.
We will never be slaves!
He actually uses this blade and plunges it right into the head of Manoroth, which basically kills this demon and, had a huge impact on the world.
Very cool.
This weapon actually got its name because of the sound it makes when it swings through the air. It's orc through and through. Yeah. Imagine orcs have these big, massive hands, right? And, that probably, yeah.
Looking at this, I'm not going to make it solid. The scale of what we're talking about for your build here would make it 100 pounds just for this portion.
Okay.
This is going to be a really fun build.
Fantastic, man. Well, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you. This is a rendering that I'm going to use as the basis for making this. We transferred the pattern of
you would
the
need
sides of the blade onto a piece of
top-tier
8-inch
bodybuilder to swing this thing around. There is no one else in the world who can do that.
And then I will have Brian take the plasma cutter
not
and
even.
cut out the shape
Not
of the
even.
steel.
Because they said...
Plasma cutter will strike an arc
even
onto
a
the
Buster
metal,
sword like
and
from Final Fantasy
high-pressure
VII
stream
made of
air
wood,
will come through,
and I lifted, like,
vaporizing
I
the
had
metal.
to kind of hold part of the blade to keep it straight. Can you imagine
I mean,
that?
they said
I take it over to the belt grinder.
they said just that tiny portion, not even
And use
the
the
like
36 grit
just
belt
this
and grind
tiny
off
portion
all
of it
the
weighed
slag,
100 pounds,
grind it
or would
directly
weigh
to the
100
profile
pounds.
Yeah, Axlor, 100 pounds in that section. So you're talking about
This is the
a 300
outside
to 400
cutting
pound
edge.
weapon.
To
Easy.
make the cutting edge of the blade, I'm actually taking 3/16 1075 hard carbon steel. Take it out at a red heat, probably about 15 to 1800 degrees, and bring it over to the pneumatic forging hammer and start bending it in half. Just fold it in two, flatten it completely down. And I made a specific tool that fits in my fly press that I'll wedge it open.
Well,
so
a big
it
axe
looks
like this
it's
is
an inch
not a
thick
finesse
steel
weapon.
when it's only
So,
3/16.
Momentum and balance is what you
main
want.
challenge.
Momentum is what you
I've
want
spent
with something
about
like this.
6 hours forming a cutting edge, and when I went to split it open, it literally split open. And you'll hear that little tink, which means that you develop a crack and that everything's just junk on the floor. This is, it ripped and folded in. It thinned down too much, and it ripped. So this is what we refer to in the business as catastrophic failure. So I'm just going to make another one that meets my quality standards. So I'm going to sacrifice this paper pattern to make my oak handle here. This is a chunk about 2 inches thick of red oak. I took the original photocopy and glued it directly onto the workpiece. The overall length of the axe is just under 4 feet. So take it to the bandsaw, cut it out. And then shaped it on the coarse belt on the belt grinder. My wife, Karen, is a great sculptor. Karen will be working on the decorative cast bronze skull on the top and also the butt cap or the skull crusher on the bottom. And she can sculpt the pieces in a Chabant oil-based clay and mold them in RTV silicone and then plaster jacketed mold. We don't want to have a solid casting because the piece would weigh 60, 70 pounds from block. So we pour the wax in there, allow it to cool around the edges, and then we transfer that wax into a can. Then we put the can inside of a burnout oven and melt the wax out of there, leaving the cavity. We bring it out of the burnout oven at about 900 degrees, melt the bronze up to about 1800 degrees in a melting furnace, and pour the molten bronze into the flask, and then quench it in water, revealing the solid bronze casting. And miraculously, you have a skull and a big mace butt cap kind of shows up. The back of the axe is cut out of 3/16 hot rolled steel. And then the top of the axe is just out of 1/8 hot rolled steel. And then it gets welded all the way around. The spikes that I'll forge out onto the power hammer from chromoly after heating them in the forge and then drawing it to a taper, making that spike, and then hand hammering it over the horn of the anvil. After I forge the spikes, I'll chop them to length with the abrasive chop saw. And then the spikes will be plug welded to the back. So I made the cutting edge, heat treated it, tempered it. All right, cool. And welded it. Now razor sharpened it. So I'm happy with this. This can go out. I still need to attach the skull from the inside with the handle. We'll put the base leather over the top and then in turn cover that with strips of crisscross leather. And then at the bottom of the leather-wrapped oak handle is a copper and nickel-plated butt cap or the butt spike. We're on the final stretch here. Couple all-nighters, totally worth the effort. So when they come out from Blizzard, I want to see their reaction. Are you ready?
Yeah, good. Oh, God, yes.
All right, well, under our orcish fur kind of presentation.
Awesome. I'm ready.
Wait for it.
Let's see it.
Check
Here we go.
this out.
Oh, my God. Holy cow. Look at the detail in this thing. I can't wait to see this thing in action. Let's go break some stuff.
Fucking Murlocs. And this is a hollow weapon.
Yeah, that's hollow.
Can you imagine the force and momentum if that was completely all steel?
Now,
You get the...
by the way, I've got to ask this, 'cause I know you're the WoW player here, Red. I'm
Yeah.
not sure how. I don't think you've played that much. Dark, what, 3 days or whatever. What is the difference between World of Warcraft and Warcraft 3?
Oh, there's a huge difference.
Yeah, the Warcraft series, like Orcs and Humans, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 3 are all real-time strategy games. So top-down,
Warcraft.
and World of Warcraft is that MMO, and it's, I'd say at least World of Warcraft starts a couple years, I'd say, after Warcraft 3, in terms of lore, and continues on the story, really.
What were you going to say, Dark?
They're connected lore-wise, but Warcraft 3 and the Warcraft series is basically the StarCraft kind of style of playing, except in the Warcraft universe.
MMO versus RTS. Sorry,
yeah.
The pump on my chair is starting to give out on me, and I have to raise it up every once in a while. Yeah, because I've always wondered, because it always struck me as strange. Okay, you got World of Warcraft, and you got Warcraft, and it was like, what the fuck? Like, really, that makes no sense whatsoever. What was it? Where is this post? What did I do with that post? No. God, this is the third time I've gone looking for this goddamn thing. Oh yeah, there we go. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention to the Nintendo takedown shit that's going on, or the copyright claims that are going on YouTube over with Nintendo. But apparently, Angry Joe has had enough, and he went. Angry Joe Vargas, who counts nearly 2 million subscribers and more than 300 million views on his nearly 7-year career. Last night tweeted, Angry Joe plays Mario Party 10 had been flagged for showing material copyrighted by Nintendo. And he got pissed. Oh, it looks like we lost Dark.
I'm here, my video cut out.
Okay.
Okay.
There we go. Well, you had to reset the router?
No, I'm not. I don't know, my internet's just taking a crap right now. Everything keeps going robot-y.
Gotta love those inside jokes. Anyway, he got really pissed, and he went on a little bit of a tirade, and of course, being Angry Joe, there's video of it. And I thought it would be kind of interesting to play. It's a little on the long side, but I think it's worth watching. We'll maybe offer a little bit of commentary during it. But yeah, so this is the final Nintendo angry rant from Angry Joe. Let's just switch here. Okay, here we go.
Good job. Good job, Nintendo. So, if you hadn't noticed, the play session where I shared me and 4 other friends, 5 people having fun in Mario Party 10 with Bowser Party, awesome amount of fun. Well, that video is gone on my channel. I received, I think you've already guessed it, I received a copyright claim. Why I
Yeah,
thought
but
I
Nick,
wouldn't.
the point is that, you
it's
know,
beyond
regardless
me.
of
I
whether you
received
like
a copyright
the man or
claim.
not,
What's interesting here is that
this
it's
is
not
more about
matching on a
Nintendo than
particular
him.
song. It's just the whole fucking thing. You try to click here to play the match content, it's just the whole fucking video. Because there are Nintendo characters in it, the whole fucking thing is claimed. And stupid me, I didn't bother to check it for a while. I just left it up, you know, so it's got over 150 views on it. People were really enjoying it. They were saying, hey man, that was a lot of fun. I'm glad you're finally doing Nintendo content. It looks like you guys had a lot of fun. Started a discussion about, you know, how all the characters move together. A lot of different things, and but it's gone now. You know, I hope Nintendo enjoyed the free ad revenue I generated for them, the positive coverage I generated for them. I hope they really enjoyed that, because after that's the last fucking Nintendo video I do. You know, it's not enough that I went out and I bought a, you know, $300 console, Wii U console. It's not enough that I bought 4 Pro controllers at, you know, 50, 60 bucks a piece. It's not enough that I bought $40 Wiimote controllers, 4 of them, so that we can have this play session and share it online with people. It's not enough that I bought 4+ games for the system, spent maybe over $900. That's not enough for Nintendo. What's enough for Nintendo is also monetizing any time you share your content with anybody else. They must have that money as well. That's how fucking greedy Nintendo Japan is, and I have not seen this behavior from any other modern Web 3.0 company or gamer-friendly company out there. It would be insane to see you know, CD Projekt Red do this, to see Paradox do this, to see Blizzard do this, to see all these other companies that embrace Let's Plays, that embrace sharing content instead of restricting it and choking it and stamping it out unless they collect their check from it, which is a ridiculous Nintendo Rev Share program on YouTube where they take, what is it, 40% of all your earnings? As if they need that. It's not enough for them to create a game and have you play it and pay them for that experience. You need to also pay them for sharing your experience with everybody else. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy and I'm the only one that thinks that that's fucking stupid and anti-gamer and a little bit too greedy. I mean, you want to talk about DLC, you want to talk about day one DLC, and I see this all the time. People are like, wow, Nintendo's so great with their Mario Party deals, their Mario Kart DLC, look at what they give us here. And yet, they have these practices where it's, you pay us money if you share your experience with anybody else. In fact, maybe when I told my friends about the Wii U console, there was a Nintendo executive behind me who I turned around. He immediately said, give me $1 for you recommending that Wii U to your friend, because I've recommended Wii U's. I couldn't believe it, but personally, when I meet somebody in person, they say, hey Joe, I like your Nintendo content. It sucks that, you know, that stuff is happening to you. And I tell them, man, I've had more fun with my Wii U than I've had with my Xbox One and my PlayStation 4 combined. And that's a glowing review. And I say, man, yeah, you should go out and get one. I guess they want a cut of that too. So because I advertise for them, I need to pay them some money. Let's see how much I owe them. How many times did I recommend that? I better write that down for you. I'm sorry, Nintendo. I didn't mean to mention your name. How many times did I mention Nintendo in this review? Golly, I must owe you at least another $100 on top of all the revenue that you just took from the what was it, the Mario Kart video and the Mario Party video, because it's Mario. I apologize. You know what, Nintendo? Fuck you. And it's hilarious. I mean, and look at this. We're all stumbling over each other to buy your stupid fucking plastic toys. Like they're the goddamn old second coming of the Beanie Babies, the Ultra Beanie Babies. Everybody must have these amiibos, and they're selling them for ridiculous amounts, and you're just cranking them out at the factory and laughing it up. Laughing it up. You got your, your Nintendo 3DS. That thing was a fucking money printer. You've got your, the 3DS, the DS, the 3DS, the 3DS XL, the XLI, LXR, TYZ, ABC 123. And before you haters even fucking say it, yes, Nintendo may have a legal basis to be a fucking dick, but it doesn't mean that they have to do this. It doesn't. If you want to support a company that's being a complete dick when other companies are being the absolute opposite, it's your business. Continue supporting whatever you like to support. Blind-eyed too. Turn a blind eye. It's cool. I think it's hypocritical, especially if you talk shit about any other company. It's amazing to me that EA gets wailed on in the blogosphere, Twitter, Reddit, everywhere for when they do stupid fucked up shit. But when Nintendo does it, they get a free pass? Is that what you're telling me? Everybody shut their mouths. Don't say anything against Nintendo. Don't talk bad about Nintendo. They're making us these plastic fucking toys. They're giving us the 17th same thing on Mario. How does that make sense? Why can't we be critical of Nintendo as much as we are on EA if they do something that's kind of shitty? Why do all other companies get it? Why does even EA get it? I'll tell you why. Because they're smart about it, at least in this particular instance. In fact, they got that stupid ass Ronku, program where they pay people to cover their games on their channels. And why do you think they pay people to cover games on their channels through Ronku that everybody gives people shit about? Because it increases their sales. Do you think that they pay those people and they just take a fucking loss? Like all that money is never returned through increased sales because people are playing it and they say, wow, that's a pretty cool game. My favorite personality is playing that. Or, hey, they showed that really cool part. I'll buy that game because of that part. They make money from it. So while a shitty ass company like EA is paying you to cover their games, Nintendo, who everybody defends, is pulling money out of your pocket for a game you already paid for a system you already bought, for all the fucking accessories that you bought, and then they want to sell you these fucking Beanie Babies on top of all that, but they want to make sure that if you ever share your experience with everybody else, they take a huge cut of that. Cool, man. You're right. They have the legal basis for it. They're totally within their rights. Go right ahead. Fuck me, right? I'm the bad guy here. Okay, man. Okay, man. You continue to defend Nintendo's practices. If that's what makes you feel better, okay? The rest of us will say, hey, man, that's kind of shitty, Nintendo. We're actually trying to do you a favor. I guarantee if you drop all that bullshit, people are going to make tons and tons of videos about your games, and it'll be on everybody's mind way more. Increased sales. People might actually give a shit about the Wii U outside of 3 or 4 games. But you just don't get it. Because you got a whole army of fanboys and haters trying to keep the people quiet. Okay, that's cool. Whatever. Anyway, I just want to let you guys know where the video went. The Mario Party video. It was pretty fun. You could probably still watch it on the Twitch VODs for the 30 days that they stick around, but they auto-delete after that. I was just doing those 2 videos. Joe, you should have known Nintendo does this. It's not an excuse for it, I was testing it out with Let's Plays before I put 30, 40 hours, 60 hours into editing some big thing, angry review on a Nintendo, game, only for them to turn around and take all that work and monetize it for them. And I'm fucking shit out of luck because I decided to cover one of their games and spread the word on whether it's cool or not. Anyway, whatever. Nintendo fanboys will always defend them no matter what, and they'll call me the greedy one. Okay, fair enough. Just live in your own little world, even though 99% of other companies are doing differently. You don't think there's a reason why? You don't think that this is backwards, but no, you defend it because that's called something else, and I won't get mean about it. So anyway, see, that's just my angry rant. This is the last Nintendo angry rant I'll do, and hopefully they do change their practices, and I'll be able to, sing their praises again. But I just got to tell it like it is. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next Angry Joe Show.
Okay, so what did you guys think?
I'm right with them.
Yeah.
Like, this is retarded. You've got all these different game companies, like Riot especially, like, hey, fair use. Go ahead and use our stuff and create content with it. Like, there's so many companies that do that and don't care because this is free PR for them. Like, they don't have to pay a dime. They're actually getting paid. Like he says, he's dropped how much money on Nintendo products and hardware and software so that he could play this game, play with his friends, have a great time, and then share it to the world and say, hey, this is an amazing game. You should go get it. So they just got $900. They got free marketing, and they want to make more money on top of that? Fuck you.
What's your feeling on this, Dark? Because, like, I know, like, to me, thank you very much, Gloom Room. Like, for me, I think Nintendo is, I don't want to say generational, but it seems to appeal, maybe it's a different, the different devices that they have that appeal to different generations.
I think it's more because everyone has grown up with Nintendo pretty much. Everyone at one point, almost pretty much, has been a child with a Nintendo device. And because of that, they're hooked to Nintendo, and that's why they keep playing with them, because it's the nostalgia effect. And children like them because they're just good games for kids.
Like, I gotta admit, because there's been several things that I've read over the last, I don't know, few months, especially since we've been doing this show, because I keep an eye on basically all the, the gaming news that I can, and there's been several things Nintendo has said and done that shows that they don't have any concept of what the internet age of gaming is. Like, for example, Mario Party 10 ships out, brand spanking new game, everybody wants to play it, but it doesn't come with multiplayer. Okay? Nope. Makes no sense. The president of Nintendo America has come out point blank and said you'll never see Twitch on, like, a Twitch app, or, no, not Twitch app, but a Twitch, being able to stream from a Nintendo product the way you can with, like, the Xbox or the PlayStation. You'll never see it.
Yeah, because the hardware can't fucking support it.
Well, probably, yeah. Okay.
Like, this is, this is the one thing I always rail on Nintendo, is that when it comes to every generation of consoles, the last two, they've been first to market, sure, but they've been severely crippled in power compared to the rest.
Yeah, but the thing is, they don't need to have the power. They're not pushing these high-end graphical games.
That's the problem. They're not, and they need.
Why is that a problem, though?
They need to keep pace. They didn't put fucking high definition until the Wii U. No HD. I'm sorry. Okay. No, that's a no sell for me.
So you didn't buy the Wii, which is how many years old? Like 7, 8 years old, because it didn't have HD?
I will not buy a Wii, period, and because of the vast amounts of fucking shovelware on that system.
I mean...
There are... Okay, you know what? In terms of games, there are maybe 5. Maybe that I would pick up for the Wii or Wii U. 5 games does not sell me a console.
I don't know. I think in the case of the Wii, those 5 games are games you're gonna play enough to be worth it. You're paying, like, what, a few $100s worth of games, which is less than you spend on other consoles, and you'd probably spend more time on the Wii than on an Xbox, because you have games like Smash, you have games like Mario Kart, which just are endless amounts of fun.
Yeah, and I will go back and get Smash Brothers for the GameCube, which I have. That is the last console I've ever owned from Nintendo, aside from the handheld. And just, I want nothing to do with the Wii. At all. I had a girlfriend that had one, and I picked it up. I'm like, yeah, you know, this is fun for 5 minutes, but I can't. I cannot, because Nintendo's done things over years and years that have pissed me off. And the Wii has been one of them.
Okay, Dark, what's your feeling on Nintendo? Like,
I think
you're part of the younger generation that is, you know, being solid in, you know, the newer 3DSs and the Wii U and so on and so forth. What do you think about the company, and then B, the things they've been doing that just don't make sense?
I love their games, I love their consoles, but the shit they do to casters and YouTubers is just terrible. They shouldn't be doing this. They don't understand that these people are the people that are selling their games now. That TV ads don't sell your game anymore. It's always going to be the YouTubers or the Twitch casters that are selling your game. I've loved their games. I love their consoles. I always have. I don't have a Wii U, probably won't get one just because I don't have friends to play it with, which is a problem with Nintendo, is pretty much all their games you need people to play with, and when you do have people to play with, they are far superior games to most other consoles.
Okay, but here's a question. Do you think, is there anything we can do to, like, and I don't mean like the three of us, but I mean we as gamers can do to you know, influence Nintendo to change these practices? Or is this just their mindset and be damned everything else?
It's their mindset.
This is just the Japanese in all mindset. They just they are stuck in their ways. This is something that has always been a Japanese thing. They
don't see past their own borders in terms of how things are running and how things are doing well for them. Like, come on, this is also the country that in an electronics boutique type store, the Xbox 360 section was labeled in English. The English translation literally was American dog shit. Like, they don't see what's outside the world, outside of their own world. They don't understand the value of Twitch and YouTube. They don't understand, you know, the value of taking a game like Mario Party 10 and putting multiplayer on it. Like, they have lost so much touch with the gaming community. It's not even funny anymore.
Well, yeah, because when you come out with a statement that, like, you gotta understand, like, what the president of Nintendo Canada said is he does not understand at all people who stream games or people who watch streaming. He doesn't understand it. Doesn't even try to. And this is the president of a console making and game producing company that makes a statement like that. What? Like, how in this day and age, and it's only going to get bigger. Like Dark said, games are being sold now on the basis of people watching streams of those games, or watching playthroughs of those games, or going to YouTube and searching those games up. Like, half the stories I get that we have video for are because I go to YouTube to find the video for them, or they are in the post already. You know? So this is just blindness. This is corporate blindness on their behalf. Now, when you get to the fact of them stomping all over streamers and YouTubers who are, like we've said, are providing them with absolutely and utterly free marketing, and they think they've come up with this great idea for a rev share program? No. Because, you see, here's the thing. What people don't understand about YouTube Rev, okay? These guys are making money off of ads because of people going there to watch. But those YouTubers aren't getting all that ad money. They are getting, depending on the contract or the agreement they have with YouTube, and it will get more, like, you can be guaranteed that PewDiePie has a different contract than even Angry Joe. Okay? And Angry Joe has a different contract that I would have. Alright? But generally, the person who's channel you're visiting only gets 40% of the ad revenue from ads played on their channel from YouTube. They have 40%. It's a 60-40 split. Now,
and Nintendo wants that 40.
No, they want 40% of that 40%.
Again, no.
Right? So you've got a YouTuber who's making 40% is now going to have to cough up 40% of that amount of money to Nintendo because they have videos on their channel that promote Nintendo products. So that YouTuber is actually ending up with maybe 20% of the ad revenue being created on that channel.
Which is just horseshit.
Yep. But that's how that works. Now, if you're part of a network, yeah, you've got a floating point as far as what your share is. Okay? Because the networks go to YouTube and they negotiate a higher rate. So instead of getting, let's say, 60%, or 40%, and so on and so forth, the ad network negotiates because they've got a pool that they can pull from, which gives them a higher standing as far as YouTube is concerned. So the network might be able to negotiate a 75-25 split, right? Of which then they pay out whatever percentages they've agreed with the YouTuber. Like, people think that YouTubers are making all this fucking money.
They're not.
They're not. They are not you got people, they're fucking all these ads on there, and these YouTubers are making all this ad money. No, they're fucking not, guys. No, they're not. Like, another problem is, okay, and I will use this show as a perfect example. The show from the day before yesterday, uploaded, right? Nuked because of one song playing in the background. And SMG came in and literally nuked the whole audio for that show, which means I have to delete it. Now, any ads you see on any of my on any of our videos on the Cranky Gamer channel, I don't get anything of that. Not a single cent. Because I literally have had to take off any ad rev sharing program because of copyright claims by music companies. So any ads that are on there are going to the music companies, not me. So before you people out there start bitching at YouTubers for running ads or making too much money because of the ads they run, just stop and think for a minute. It's not what it appears. Anyway, yeah, Boston, and the fact, and that's not even don't even get me started on fucking ad block programs. Don't even fucking get me started. That's just, yeah, you're taking food off of my plate and making it easier for me to be homeless. That's what it works out to. Anyway, GTA, folks, GTA 5, the preload for the game starts April 7th. Okay, the announcement arrived via Rockstar's support section. Sans any prompt or grandeur as is traditional. But yeah, it's like the games will be released in 7 days. But as of April 7th, it will be preloaded on your system. Excuse me, Pepsi burps. It will be preloaded on. Oh, there goes. Told you, Dark. You should have fixed that router beforehand. Yeah. Are we coming back there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internet is just taking a shit tonight. It just
So-
keeps cutting out.
Yeah, I know Giotto is going to be probably ecstatic over that news. Because he said he pre-ordered it way back when, so he's just going to be waiting for that preload to show up, and it's going to be like countdown, you know?
Yay!
Yeah, we'll be fucking shit. Anyway, that's just a little bit of news. Also, if you want to take a shot at getting in on the Rainbow Six Siege alpha testing, Ubisoft has announced that you can sign up for it. It's in this post somewhere, guys. The link for it. But yeah, so they are going to be taking, I guess, applications for Rainbow Six for the beta. Now, if you've got even a medium or lower grade computer, don't bother, because they're going after the higher end machines. We might have a direct link to the sign up sheet for you guys. There we go. Yeah,
Your channel timed out.
Yeah, he lost internet totally.
Oh, jeez.
Oh. Yeah, we'll wait to see if he comes back. Ignore it. I hate Skype puts up this little notice. Yeah, we got a problem, and then totally. Anyway, Rainbow Six. We've sort of talked about this one as over the last while. We've seen a couple videos. Thank you. Come on, dude. Like, if you're gonna troll, at least pick a better fucking name. Really? Jesus. Shows your intelligence level. That's all it does. Thank you, T. Findley. Very, very much, dude. Are we getting you back, Dark? Or no, he's not even back in TeamSpeak yet. And spell it correctly. What's your feeling on like we've played a few videos of it? Yeah, see now Skype's just gonna totally barf all over my screen, and we just see, you know. Oh God. Let's see if I can just temporarily fix this. Can I? No, it's not gonna take it. All right. Dum. So much red. I know. Listen. Hey, it's a bonus, guys. You get to see a lot of red. Yeah, no.
Let's not make that face again.
Yeah, really, Run. Like, you know, these people that do this what they think is really cute and clever trolling of the names. It's not so fucking cute, guys. It really isn't. It's old. So stop. Like, you're not making anybody get pissy. You're not going to get yourself banned. You're just going to get laughed at. So just stop. What do you think of the Rainbow Six series so far, what we've seen, Red?
So far, it looks interesting. Yeah, so far. It looks like it'd be a really... It could give stuff like Call of Duty a run for its money in terms of gameplay, but it's still early for me to even say.
Yeah, I'm like, they're, as far as I'm concerned, let me see. Dark, are you back yet? Internet keeps cutting. Okay, dude. Giotto, dude, can you hop into TeamSpeak? Get you in here, please, sir. Emergency call, Giotto. We'll get this fixed in a few minutes, guys. I think this is a direct shot at esports, is what I think Rainbow Six is. Because it's team-based. It is purely team-based. It's based around being able to communicate with your teammates, even, you know, even if you're not doing esports. What do you think?
I gotta know. You know what? If there's,
I'm here.
Good. Okay. 1 second while I get Giotto in here.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's change names.
User joined your channel.
Okay, just do a quick change on the names here, folks. Doing it live. Doing it live.
Doing it live.
Yes, we are. By the way, Giotto, I got an idea I want to talk with you about later. I think it will be pretty cool and be right up your alley.
All right.
And okay, there we go. So we were talking about the fact that Rainbow Six has gone into alpha testing and they're taking on beta testers or alpha testers. They want to stress test their systems both with the game and network and back end. And I was saying, and this is something that I've come to sort of really believe in. I think this is their effort to get into the esports market.
I think you might be right, because it's, again, like we've talked about this before, and the way I look at it, and anytime I hear Rainbow Six, I'm thinking of more of a tactical shooter as opposed to run and gun and a fast-paced, like Unreal Tournament style. You know, like prepping up for a door breach or you know, throwing a flashbang in there and controlling, you know, the environment. So I don't know. I really want to. I wouldn't mind getting into the alpha on this one, just to get a taste of it.
To be honest, like I said, they are going strictly after high-end machines for the alpha testing, which makes sense, doesn't it, Giotto?
Oh yeah,
yeah, it does. Rainbow Six, from my understanding, is very, very much more strategic, and Siege being even more so, where you can breach walls, you can breach floors, you can breach pretty much anywhere on the house. So whoever's in the house or whoever's got the hostage or whatever they're protecting, they have to also be able to adapt to situations where the counter operatives will be planning from the outside.
Yeah.
So, honestly, one of the better videos I've seen about the Rainbow Six is by Matt Pat. He did a show called Reality Check where he goes into Special Forces training just to see what it would be like to be a counter operative.
That would have been rather cool.
You know what? It was a great video. I say check it out if you're looking also to see what maybe Rainbow Six Siege is supposed to be all about. You know, they helped with the funding for that episode with him. So
well,
a little bit of cross promotion.
If you if you can grab the URL for that at some point and throw it into chat with what it is, just so people can have a look at it and kind of give them an idea. We are going to take a 5-minute break, you know, right after we have a technical problem. But it's, you know, we got to fill the, you know, the drinks, and I imagine Giotto will need a desperate cigarette just to calm down the, you know, get into the groove. But yeah, we will be back in 5, folks. And in the meantime, well, actually, it'll be little less than 5 because the 2 videos I have combined are just a little short of 5 minutes. So anyway, we will see you very, very shortly, everybody.
Feel my heart. What is it telling you?
That you're scared.
More than I've ever been in my life. And I am not alone.
There's someone in Hell's Kitchen that wants to control our city, our lives. But no one knows who it is or what they want.
We don't say his name.
A city needs to die before it can be reborn.
You ever heard the name Wilson Fisk?
The explosion stunned Hell's Kitchen earlier tonight.
You think Fisk had something to do with this?
I do.
What are we supposed to do against somebody that owns everything, everyone?
You can't give in to the fear.
What are you gonna do?
Whatever it takes.
But you're blind.
There are other ways to see.
That guy in the mask, he saved my life.
I'm just trying to make my city a better place.
We both can't have what we want. So your part ends tonight.
I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna make you pay for what you've done.
I admire your conviction. The lone man thinks he can make a difference.
Get out of my city.
How old were you when you got blinded?
9.
What next?
I hear things.
They call stuff like that gifts. So I'm gonna train you. You gotta control that rage. Now get up. It's time to stop taking a beating and start giving one. Get up. Get up.
Morning, sunshine. Was that a moan? Do you have somebody in bed with you? What was she like?
Violent. Our practice is relatively young, Miss Page, and we are aggressively pursuing new clientele.
Who the hell are you guys?
I'm Matt. He's Foggy.
How long have you been practicing law?
About 7 hours.
Lawyer by day, vigilante by night. You make life difficult for bad men.
I'm just trying to make my city a better place. Who do you work for?
Oh my God.
A city needs to die before it can be reborn. Sometimes it requires force. It's impossible to avoid for what I'm trying to do. I've hurt people. And I'm going to hurt more.
I'm gonna make you pay for what you've done.
I respect your conviction. The lone man thinks he can make a difference.
Do you believe in the devil, Father?
I believe he walks among us.
Alrighty, and we're back. See what I did for you, Red?
Made me very happy.
Yeah.
And, oh my god, a white kingpin.
Yes, I know.
What a novel idea.
What a novel idea. Are you looking forward to this at all, Giotto, or is this just not really up your alley?
The new Daredevil,
yeah,
and all that. I am kind of looking forward to it just because I want to see what Marvel does with their B string.
Yeah, that's gonna be because like we've seen their A string now for a while. They do a damn good job of it.
So much so that they're partnering with Spider-Man to help out with their movies because, you know, they've been screwing up the Spider-Man movies for so long. They're like, hey, Marvel, can we have your help?
Well, Spider-Man is a Marvel property, but when people may not understand, and they wonder why it's been so important that this Marvel Cinematic Universe succeed, is that there was a period back, I think, in the late 70s, early 80s, where Marvel was in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
They were in serious trouble, and that's when they went on a licensing binge. They let anybody that wanted to license their characters to do shit with how they saw fit.
They were getting crushed by Superman.
Yeah, and
DC was just handing it to them.
So that's when we started seeing work being done on a lot of what turned out to be really crappy superhero movies, which continued right through until the late 90s. And that's when a lot of these agreements came to an end, and basically Marvel got those rights back and started working on their own interpretations and their own work rather than having somebody else do it, which I think was the smartest move they could have done. And DC obviously has picked up on this because that's exactly what they're trying to do. Like
with the new Justice League coming out, Suicide Squad, all they're trying to tie in their whole universe together because they've seen.
That's fine for your A-list. That's fine for your Iron Man and your Thor and all those big bad guys, Captain America and so forth. But they also have a really freaking rich, Cylon. They have this rich ground of B-list superheroes, and I'm referring to things like the Black Canary, the Black Panther, Daredevil,
Luke Cage,
like that whole thing there.
Mm-hmm. All of Hell's Kitchen's
the Defenders.
Basic string. Yeah, the Defenders is what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
What about Guardians of the Galaxy was really an unknown. It was a C-string series, really.
That was their test run.
They had nothing to lose on that. That's just it.
Yeah.
They had absolutely nothing. Even if they lost money on that movie, right? It wouldn't have hurt them because they've made so much money from their A-list. But at that point, they would have understood how far they could go.
Mm-hmm. And they test ran the Guardians, and it blew up. Now we're getting Ant-Man. We're getting all these B-string, C-string characters coming through because Guardians did so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm personally excited for Black Panther because I ended up catching a couple episodes of the cartoon series on BET one night and found it. I think it's on Netflix, at least in Canada, and I ran through the entire series and I loved it.
Yeah.
It's different, and I kind of like seeing different cultures as well, and that was kind of a good way of getting that exposure as well.
The other one that would be interesting to see if they could bring back. Unfortunately, there's still a bad movie to go with that, and that's The Phantom.
Just don't bring back Billy Zane.
Yeah, but the Phantom. The problem with the Phantom is he's kind of off on his own. He does, even in the comics, there's no associations with anybody. Even though it has its own lore, and it's a really rich lore, and you know exactly how the Phantom progresses, father to son, father to son, father to son. But there's no connection to the other universes.
Right, it's much like John Constantine for DC, where he actually started off a lot more different than what he turned into through the Sandman series, but there was almost no connection between John Constantine and the rest of the DC universe.
But see, then they started making the connection to Doctor Strange and the Question. The man with no eyes.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Just pulling things out of memory.
But Constantine is probably what they wanted to do was the Dark Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Now that apparently is being kind of postponed. But anyway, let's get back to another little good bit of news, folks. If you are a Bloodborne fan and you really like the soundtrack that goes with the game, they will be making it available for download. The complete soundtrack will be $10. Individual track will be $99. There's a total of 21 tracks and 70 minutes worth of music. But it will be available for download on, I think, what's the date? April 21st. So, I'm not sure. I don't have a link for it, but I will put the link to the news. Maybe if someone clever person could find out. There we go.
Dun, 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 dun. Actually, the link was in the article. I got it.
Okay, throw it in there.
Something else was the site.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Game soundtracks are getting more and more popular because they are absolutely incredible creations.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of game companies are giving them away for free.
Mm-hmm.
Why in the world are they doing this with the Bloodborne soundtrack, other than, to me, as far as I'm concerned, grabbing every single last fucking penny they can when they don't have to?
Well,
okay.
A lot of companies do sell off their soundtrack, especially if they've licensed out for the music.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
They have to get the artists and all that, the rights, all this stuff. So I'm perfectly okay with this, and actually I may even pick up the soundtrack even though I don't have the game, just because, as you said, game soundtracks now are amazing.
Yeah.
Like I went as far as buying the Tavern's soundtrack from World of Warcraft, and mainly it was reasoning for it was for like D&D sessions, because it's a kind of music you could have in the background, and it's not overly distractive, but it also can add an immersion to it. But it's one of those, like, if it's like World of Warcraft will do it because they know they can make money off of it, and some people are just generous and want to give it out.
Another bit of news for you Pillars of Eternity fans. There is a new patch that's being put out, the 1.03 patch. But where this gets interesting is apparently there was a piece of backer-created content that made it into the Pillars of Eternity that was not vetted. And that piece of text has pissed off some people to the point that with this update, they're removing it from the game. Now, to quote from the whole press thing about this, it has come to our attention that a piece of backer-created content has made it into Pillars of Eternity that was not vetted. Once it was brought to our attention, it followed the same vetting process as all our other content. Prior to release, we worked with many of our backers to iterate on content they asked to be put in the game that didn't strike the right core. In the case of this specific content, we checked with the backer who wrote it and asked them about changing it. We respect our backers greatly and felt it was our duty to include them in the process. They gave us new content which we have used to replace what is in game. To be clear, we followed the process we would have followed had this content been vetted prior to release. Now, it was apparently a fuck, someone else pronounced that.
You know what?
It's basically sexism against transgenders. Do you want me to read
read
it
the
off?
text. Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Yeah. It was, "Here lies Firedorn, a hero in bed. He once was alive, but now he's dead. The last woman he bedded turned out a man, and crying in shame off a cliff he ran." So that was the original one. Apparently, when they told him they had to change it, and he worked with them. Apparently he digged on them a little bit. They had to change it. So the new one is Here Lies Firedorn, a bard, a poet. He was also a card, but most didn't know it. A poem he wrote in jest was misread. They asked for blood, so now he's just dead. So, the guy's got a sense of humor, I'll give him that.
I have no problem with this in the first place, and these SJWs need to shut the hell up, get off these game creators. Comedy innately can be a little offensive,
little rough around the edges.
Yeah, okay. The amount of times that we get made fun of for being Canadian, come on. Right?
And half the stuff that people bring up, like Hass or people in chat, are nowhere near as bad as stuff I've heard to begin with.
Right? Like, I'm sorry. Some of the best comedy comes from the offensive material.
Yeah, where will we be without the Don Rickles?
Or South
Dennis
Park.
Leary.
Yeah. Red
What
Skelton. Like, I'm going back to the pros. George Carlin.
Yep.
Like, come on. Like, you know what? If you can't rip someone a little bit, like, in all the name of comedy, what good is life? Like, Russell Peters makes a living off of racist jokes.
Yep.
No one bats an eyelash.
Like, but you put it into a video game and you include a sexually related item, whether it be sexuality. I'm not even sure how to phrase this properly because I'm afraid I might offend somebody.
Oh no!
God,
the
help
precious
me.
feelings.
Fuck yeah!
Oh man!
Seriously, like even.
But no, this is so.
Thank you,
harmless.
Fatal, very much.
Like, everybody who's been at least in TeamSpeak long enough or know me and Giotto, like, we rip each other on the constant. Like, my go-to has always been, hey, this is the guy who could trick-or-treat from the sidewalk with his nose. Like,
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So, you know what? If you can't take a good ribbing, GTFO.
Yeah, get the fuck out the door and don't come back. Like, come on. Hey, listen, life is fucking tough enough as it is. All right? We don't need these fucking assholes like the SJW and the Gamergate dickwads making it even hard. Like when I have to second guess the shit that I say, I'm sorry. But you know what? I'm not going to. Fuck you if you can't take a fucking joke. All right? Simply put, piss off.
Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out.
Get out of my kitchen.
Now, for anybody that wants the actual... Now, if anybody really wants the actual patch notes that came for the Pillars of Eternity, there it is there, guys. But yeah, no. Just in case people haven't realized this about this show...
We are not PC.
No, we're definitely not fucking politically correct. And you know what? I'm glad.
It's more fun, you know what? And again, if people don't have a sense of humor, GTFO. Because you're going to get offended by everything then in life. And that's just sad in my opinion.
I'm just trying to make sure that... the hell? Okay, I'm trying to find there's supposed, unless I didn't put this in properly. Hang on a second. I just got to double check the guys because this is for one of the stories we got coming up. I got to make sure that I've got the. I probably didn't put it in right, but we'll see what happens here. Oh shit. Copy. Control A, B. Here we go. You know... What?
I said
the milk bags.
Fridge for a milk bag.
Oh, yeah. You know
I don't
what?
know. At this point, Red, you could probably just lift the shirt and show the milk bags, but
you know, like at some point, I'm gonna apply for the sub button or partnership, you know, and hopefully sooner than later. And to be a part of that, you have to have a certain set of emoticons ready to have for that for the show. And I've already got the sub one, and I've already got one other one. But I said this in TeamSpeak earlier today, we have to have milk bags as an emoticon.
Yes.
We have to. There's no two ways about it. Anyway, you know, there's a lot said about game length, right? We want lots of time. Like, you've got, like, normally most games are what now? 30, 40 hours of gameplay time?
RPGs, yeah.
Yeah. Then we get, what is it? The Witcher 3, Wild Hunt. They come out and say, between the main storyline and the offshoot stories, you're going to have about 200 hours of game time.
Oh my good God. I don't have time for that shit.
How many hours have you plugged into Skyrim before you say anything further?
Okay, you know what? That's another story, all right? Just
saying.
But anyway, so what about if you intentionally just want a short game from start to finish? Just from start to finish. You want to be able to get in, play it, finish it, maybe come back at it another day if the replayability is there. So there are a number of developers that are actually coming up with short games. And typically what they're defining by short games is anything under 6 hours.
Okay.
All right? One of these is Tether's Puzzle Agents, part 1 and 2. Each part is 3 to 4 hours long. That's it. Okay? You're not getting charged out the wazoo for the game. You're getting, you know, it's you know, it looks like it's fairly fee. Now, we do have a trailer for it, but I love this. If Gravity Falls and Fargo met at a bar one night, got some drinks, you know, really hit things off, and decided to go home and make beautiful love, the miraculous baby they birthed 9 months later would be Nelson's Tethered Puzzle Agent from Telltale Games. We have a trailer, so let's have a look at Nelson Tethers.
I'm Agent Tethers with the FBI's Puzzle Research Division. I'm here to investigate an incident at the Scoggins Eraser Factory. As far as I can tell, everyone's heads are filled with puzzles.
Puzzles are a way to keep yourself from asking questions you don't want answers to.
Mutations affect orientation and cold will creep right up on you.
I have to get this place open again. Take a deep breath, Nelson. It'll come to you.
You see them, don't you?
So anyway, that is Nelson Tethers.
He pulled a gun on a garden gnome.
Have you ever seen some of those gnomes? I would pull a gun on some of them too, okay?
But
gnomes.
What do you think of this idea of it's like Twin Peaks but about puzzles? Exactly, Saul. Exactly. Perfect. That's an even better description than what came with the post.
Yep.
But what do you think about this idea of admittedly and intentionally made short games?
Love it.
Nothing wrong with it. You know, not every game has to be an 80-plus hour blockbuster. You know, like I've played games. There was one called Home that I purchased. It was like an hour, maybe an hour and a half tops to play it, and it was perfectly fine. So
I have to give a shout out to actually a short game. We have a review up on it on the site by myself. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Spirits of Xanadu. That game is actually pretty short, but the design of it is phenomenal. I had an amazing time for the time I had in there, and it wasn't that long. So I was perfectly fine with a short little romp through this horror game. So shorter games are perfectly fine by me. If you're not getting charged $60 for, 4 hours, go for it.
We'll just throw that the link in chat. But
plug.
Shameless promotion.
Yes, there's nothing wrong with that at all, especially when it's one of my properties. Oh, speaking of shameless promotion.
Let's start this off.
Talking of shameless promotion, I finally posted to the City Skylines Workshop my first map. It's called Volcanic Heaven.
Can we get a link to that too?
Yeah, I got that. Just give me a minute. I didn't want to be too pushy, like come on now. Copy. There's the link to the map. But yeah, I know there's probably going to be tweaks that have to be done to it or whatever. But I literally spent 4, 8, 13, about 20 hours on that map.
Whew. Wow.
So yeah, the other. Excuse me, my throat is going tonight. Thank you, Kush, very, very much. The other bit of shameless promotion is that one of our viewers, who's known as Nintendo Nick on Twitter, sent me a message, and he has started a Steam group for the show.
Yes.
Cranky Friends.
I even got an invite to that, and check it out.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Damn it, you beat me to it again.
Thank you very, very much, Nintendo Nick, for doing that. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, so that anyway. Now, little bit of fun. I guess the guys at Rockstar and GTA Online are having some fun. Okay. The Duke of Death is a unique superpower car in the Grand Theft Auto 5 single-player mode that isn't meant to be found or driven in Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, as always, some people have found a way to exploit that, and it allowed them to illegally import it like a Nissan Skyline into the online game. Well, Rockstar doesn't want that to happen, but they found a really unique way to deal with it, and we have a video of it being done. So here we go. The proof of death. Which is right there.
It is a sexy looking car too.
Mm-hmm.
It blows up.
This I am 100% okay with and love.
I love it. It's just you pull up to the car. Oh, this is sweet. I'm gonna get a ride. Kaboom! No.
Are they going to do it again here? I hope they do it again.
Yeah, yep. So they're calling it up to get it delivered here, in case you don't know the system. Takes just a second for your little patsy to pull up in it.
Ah, there it is. Oh!
Remember to look both ways before crossing the street.
Definitely. That is one nice looking car, though.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not even that you just got killed, it's you committed suicide.
Yep, because you're not supposed to have that car online. So,
oh, you know, that's one thing I'm starting to see a lot more of. Is like, you know, when it comes to like pirated games or exploits being done, instead of being like really getting upset and outrageous and doing, you know, bringing down the hammer of God on these people, which they do, but they typically, you know, you get banned or you know, your game doesn't work, period, or whatever. But now the devs are starting to have fun with people.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Case in point, if you play Sims, a pirated version of Sims 4, that little pixelated area around your character's genitals will start to grow larger and larger and larger until it covers the whole body.
And actually, earlier they had it so that it pixelated everything, like it turned it all into 8-bit graphics.
Oh, hey, Maz.
Then there was Game Dev Tycoon, where that if you got a pirated version, your game would actually go out of business due to pirating. No matter what you did.
No matter what you did.
I think it's like a month.
No matter what you did, your game would tank due to pirates. If you pirated the game.
A month into the game time, you're released, you're selling, and then down it goes.
Yeah. So what? Oh man. So what do you guys think of this trend of doing it this way? Like personally, I love it. You know, and yeah, okay, I may have skirted the gray areas with some games in the past. Not anymore because I just, you know, Steam, it's everything. But you know, but the idea of actually not being a prick about it, but having fun with it by still making your point.
Well, what was it? What was the other game? Was it H1Z1 that was doing the awesome when someone got caught hacking, it killed them and spawned a zombie in their spot?
Well, that was caught cheating or hacking.
Yeah. That's cool. I like that too, where it's just like, oh, you were cheating. You're now a zombie, asshole.
And that's what you're going to be for the rest of your time on the game. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
it even displays a little message of this is how the person died and why, and they're now a zombie, so go kick their ass.
Okay.
It's like, okay.
Here's something we can do. And chat, you can do the same thing. Pick your favorite game and how you would deal with someone pirating it or misusing an exploit within the game.
Ooh, I got one.
Okay.
Kingdoms of Amalur. And for those who don't know, the whole premise of the beginning of the game is that you die in a war, and these, I guess there's a group of gnomes have figured a way to try and bring people back from the dead in the soul well. So they basically are carting your corpse into the soul well as a failed experiment and toss you into the pile of bodies. I would love to see if, like a pirated game, you come to life and then immediately go drop. Because by that point, you've already gone through character creation. You've already sat there for 10 minutes or more, and then, oh yeah, I get to start. Bleh.
I got brought back to life. I got brought back to life. Run 3 steps, drop dead again.
And they fall right into the pile of bodies.
What about you, Jito?
Honestly, my favorite so far has been Game Dev Tycoon. That when I saw what they did with that game, I was like, that is genius. I don't know. I think probably one of the best ways I've seen is I would probably do what the Pokemon games did when the emulators came out. Pokemon White and Black, if you had an emulated version, your Pokemon didn't level. You could catch everyone, just none of them would level. It's like, hey, you can play all through it if you want with a level 1. Good luck.
Okay, but what game would you like? What one of your favorite games would you do a cool, anti-pirate move, and what would it be?
I'm honestly not sure. I'm really not that big of an anti-pirate. I'm not gonna lie. You know what? If someone wants to go out there, they don't have the money for the game. I think that, piracy innately is not a bad thing.
Okay.
I've bought games that I've pirated before. I've tried them out, and I've said, hey, I really like this game. I'm gonna go out and pick it up.
I got an idea. One of your favorite games of all time. Final Fantasy Tactics. Pirated copy turns every single weapon on your characters after the first mission into nerf bats that do only 1 damage. And they cannot be changed.
See, again, you know what? I would much rather someone be able to play the game than to put in all these these DRM devices. It's.
I still say Serious Sam has the most hilarious one ever. Is that massive, screaming, fast, charging, unkillable scorpion thing that comes at you?
Yeah. Now, one of the other things we tend to do, because it's the end of the week. The weekend's here. We want some games to play, but we really don't want to spend on money, or we don't want to pirate them or whatever. But we often come up with some free games. They're not AAA. They're not even maybe B or C. They're just quickly put together, or they're experiments or whatever. And this week we've got a couple here. One I don't have a video for, but it's called She Who Was Once Lost by Moikin Studio, which is basically like Frogger with the same crossing the stretch of space while avoiding the things, and those other things concept goes on. There's a few key differences. However, the lack of frogs, roads, lily pads, which will be replaced in this deceptively difficult game with a bunch of jellyfish, birds, and slimes. I'll put the link in chat to the site that has it. You can go from there if you are interested. Oh man, I don't know what's wrong with my throat tonight. Now, the next one up is Hotel Paradise. Now, I have a video for this one. It's more of someone who actually has played the game and did a bit of a walkthrough of it. It's not a long game. It's always tricky finding your room in those giant hotel chains, despite the handy numbers, thanks to every door and every hallway looking the same. Hotel Paradise turns that into a game. You're randomly assigned a room key and let loose in a seemingly never-ending hallway that makes no numerical sense. Every time you think you're close, you turn a corner and you've jumped 500 places or back 20. Eventually, after a lot of pacing, this guy found his room, which again was randomly jumbled collection of colors, pillars, and palm trees. Now, like I said, we have a bit of a playthrough one for you guys to have a look at. Where'd it go? Yes, there we go.
Hello there, Chaz here, and today I've got an interesting game to show you. This is Hotel Paradise. This is done by somebody who I haven't spoken to in absolutely ages, Kai Clavier. This is really awesome. I'm going to include a link to the game down below. It's available for free, or you can pay however much you feel the game is worth. So this seems to be a fairly relaxing little game. It's just you've checked into a hotel. It's a very nice hotel. The rates are cheap. The only thing is, you've got to find your room. Let's see. I am at room 828. So it's 602, that's 601. 603, 604, 605, 606. Let's see. Not that way then. Right. Let's see, so that's 587 to 600, that's 601 to 608. Oh, this way. These are all like 420. Oh, I'm in the 420 aisle. 420 every day! Or whatever. I'm at 430 now. 560, 573. Maybe I should go over onto the 600.
The numbers
because if I go
change
to
in
the
that
600s, that might get me closer to 800. This is going to be an interesting 25 minutes. That's going to be my hard limit. I'm going to go until I either find my room or until I hit 25 minutes. This is 872 to 885. I don't recall it being that before. Oh my god, it's like the place that sends you mad from the 12 Tasks of Asterix. That's 245 to 254. What the fuck even? I want to find 828. Can I like... I can't even pick 878, can I? That'd be funny. I just say that I'm a stook. Yeah, look. 7 looks kind of like 2, right? Oh, you can knock on the doors. That's nice. Hello?
Housekeeping!
Okay, let's try going back up this way. 886, 891. 68 to 79. Are you shitting me? I asked Kai if it was okay for me to record this game, and he said that yes, but he hopes the hotel isn't too relentless. I think I'm beginning to understand what he means. Okay, 284, 291, 292, 2303. This hotel defies all logic. It's very nice music, though. 496 to 503, 504 to 517. Let's try 504 to 517. I like this music, though. Very relaxing music. Very relaxing hotel.
Reminds me of Piccolo Plays Cards.
446 to 455. What if I
by
try
Team
going
4-Star.
And we'll skip ahead a little bit.
There must be a method to the madness. That's a very pretty picture, though.
Oh, you found a picture at least. A few of them.
Oh my god. Like...
Wasn't he at
I'm sorry,
the area where he could have gone to the 820s?
Yes.
No response.
But it wasn't there.
I don't think they like my humor. Ooh. Oh,
wow,
I like this
troll.
picture. I'll just fix that for you.
Fuck.
I'll just go backwards. 419 to 430. That's a very squint picture. Let me
Two
just
wrongs don't make a right, but 3 lefts do.
Oh god, OCD people would have
to 906.
problem with this, with the slanted pictures.
Oh, it's bread. Oh, that's right. Kai is one half of the team who makes. Oh wow, that's a very Shutterstock picture right there. Kai is one half of the team who makes video game bread. Not I am bread, but video game bread. Quite interesting. I didn't know that. That kind of blew my mind. I'm like, wait, that was Kai? Shit, I need to talk to him again. And so I'm playing this game now. Okay, that's 10 minutes. I swear I'm getting close, though.
Alright, let's skip ahead a
Maybe.
little
I'm
bit.
convinced you guys hate me.
It's like he keeps looking down at the key to make sure it hasn't changed.
764, 771, 772, 777. Ooh. Hello? I've heard some phone being dialed.
Vegeta.
Nope.
We gotta find room 228. Are we there yet?
Let's see.
No. Are we there yet? No. Are we there yet? No.
Just fix this picture here. It's a very nice picture. Just keep going to the smaller numbers.
Can you imagine playing this
There
game
really is
and
no-
all your...
No.
There's no way for me to figure this out.
Nope.
It's gonna drive me insane.
You know what? I'll go back to playing Grass Simulator.
I can take pictures at least.
At least then I got to shoot something.
Just gonna keep going and hope I get the numbers right.
At this point, I
And
just
maybe if I
want to
fix
shoot
enough pictures,
myself.
Karma will smile upon me. Yes!
That's it!
Yes!
Everyone dies!
Yes! I found my door! I found my door! Yes! Oh my god.
What the fuck?
This is 80s as fuck. I love it. Holy shit. Excellent. I made it. I did it. Hotel Paradise, again by Kai Clavier. Paintings and photos. The City of Winnipeg Archives.
There's the link to
domain
the
paintings,
game if anybody wants
USGS
is really in for, you know, punishing themselves.
Mental masochism.
Really. But you
No kidding.
you gotta admire to like A, coming up with that idea for the game and bringing it to fruition, because it is way out in left field. And B, to actually even play it and then get to the point where you find your room, only to discover that someone's bad acid dream.
And that took him. That
10 out of
video's
10.
15. That's a 15-minute long video. So
it took him 15 minutes.
This is IGN's new game of the year right here. You know, 10 out of 10.
oh no, it's so good it goes to 11.
Oh.
All right, up next we have Sunset Spirit Steel by Kitty Horror Show. Kitty Horror gives you a dark, atmospheric world to explore and try and fathom, which always seem much bigger than they are. The feeling is helped by a glorious, ominous, red, very red sunset, suggesting that another pile of land lies just over the horizon. As with the other games, you're picking up stuff in Sunset, reading fragments of thought, memories, or recordings as you climb structures, and look like they've fallen through the bottom of the original Quake. Once you've grabbed them all, the game suddenly changes, and it's a little terrifying. Now, I have a trailer for it. Let me just get this queued up.
USGS Denver Library.
No,
VHS.
I want this. Thank you very much. We'll switch over. Where are we? There we go. So this is Sunset Spirit Steel.
Okay, on this episode of Weird Indie, we're playing Sunset Spirit Steel by Kitty Horror Show, a short, strange, and very red game that we're playing blind. It's full of windmills. Hello? Oh, hello. The pyramid is talking to me. This is like that erotic dream I once had. It's a positive start. Okay, let's go towards these exciting windmills on the hill. There's got to be stuff there. Possibly wind. Landscape is very, steep. So there's another pyramid. Hello, oh, ow! I tripped over the pyramid. I stubbed my... Ow! I've done it again. Stubbed my bloody toe. This pyramid, not a fan of herbs. Oh, suspicious mewling, live at the roundhouse. Okay, that one's a bit more sinister. Maybe it's in a bad mood. Possibly because people keep on standing on him. Ooh! A trinket. Oh. Wee! Two can play that. Give me that. Gimme. It's not having it. It's just spinning in the wind. Oh, fuck off then. I'm going to go elsewhere. Ooh, it's all spindly. Look at that tree. It's a bit crap, isn't it? I won't want to be that tree. We've arrived at the thingy. The doodah. The wasp name. And it's full of... Oh god, there's a different coloured one. Wee. Bollocks swim. Oh Jesus, it made a noise. To be fair, if somebody stood on me, I'd make that noise too. Pyramid. Like fucking Egypt around here. Ooh. Oh dear. So, yeah, there might be something chasing me. Is it a windmill? I can deal with windmills. I can... Oh, donkeys! Where am I now? Is there anything else up here? No. Oh, donkeys have done it again. I don't like this. I feel something's watching me. Every time I turn around... No. Nothing. Everything's fine. What can possibly go wrong? Oh! Oh my god! It's a white one. Punch it. Close up of it. Not so close up. Close up, close up, close up. Oh, I can see another pyramid.
Quatu vrata nectar.
Oh dear. Did you piss in the milk again?
That's all I'd be saying at this point.
Oh, this one's slightly fucked.
Looks like a Reaper.
Oh dear. Look, it's all slow. I think maybe it hurts. Wish I had a gun. Wish I had a big fat gun the size of a bigger gun. Oh, another pyramid! Oh, don't say that. This is all sinister in that. So basically they were having a bit of an old wine. Pyramid collection. This is like a very slow Pac-Man. Let me explore lower down, so let's have a look. Ooh. I'd like to see a game where things are at poles. Other things that are red. The top of traffic lights, some apples, pillar boxes, and communists. Oh, hang on. Come back down again. And there's a pyramid in a pyramid. Wheels within wheels. Triangles within... Let's just say something to me. Ooh. Walls. Delicious ice cream. Oh, hang on, there's a noise. And I'm dead. Oh, well that's that then. Oh, it's yellow! They've changed the colour! Oh, I don't like that. Oh no, there's heartbeats. Oh. Oh, no. No, there's noise. Oh, jeez! Ow, I got purpled. Colours are not my friend in this game. Oh, it's gone. The game is gone.
Anyway, thank you, T-Guy, for the follow, dude. Thank you very much. So that, in all its weird atmospheric wonderfulness, was Sunset Spirit Steel. I'll throw the link in chat, and you guys can check it out further if you want. But yeah, so that's the freebies for the weekends, guys. And you guys interested in either one of those?
I would have probably played that one until I saw it being played. It's just one of those, like, you have to you play it once and then you're kind of like done with it.
So when can we expect a review on these, Gito?
No. First of all, I'm not a big fan of discount Slenderman games, and if I wanted to walk around a hallway for, a couple of hours, I'll go smoke a bowl upstairs and walk around my house for an hour. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that could have the same effect. I remember one time.
Apparently, it ends with an acid trip anyway, so, I can just come downstairs and have some fun.
It reminds me of one time when I was living in Vancouver. I happened to I had a good friend of mine that generally had some really good shit. And I was home with my wife at the time, and we decided we wanted pizza. And there was a pizza place a block and a half from us.
Oh God, wait, I can see where this is going somehow.
And so, we got the munchies. So I figured I'd be the gentleman and I'd go and get us a pizza. And I even phoned ahead. right? Phoned it in because I knew the people there. And I set off to get the pizza. It took me literally an hour and a half to get the pizza and get back home.
So, like I said, if I want to wander around a hallway for a little bit, I know what to do. And discount Slenderman, I'm good on.
Yeah. Anyway, that's the show for tonight, folks.
Cranky's hour and a half pizza trip.
and what better high note to leave on than that?
I see what you did there.
I see what you did there. Anyway,
I get that.
Before my throat totally gives the fuck out, I hope you guys have enjoyed tonight's show. We will be back tomorrow, again with another. Oh, before I forget, tomorrow at 2 p.m. I will be sitting down for another of the interviews series with my guest Tim.tv. Don't know how long it'll be going, but it's 2 p.m. Eastern time. Just having a good conversation about streaming, gaming, the whole works. Monday morning, I will be back with another week of Morning Coffee with Cranky. For those of you that have missed last week's, it's a new show, which is just basically me, morning coffee, and my game news feed. And we just have a conversation, we have fun. Oh, god damn. Oh. Then, Tuesday at 1 p.m. will be the premiere of The Rec Room. And we did some testing out today. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's basically 4 co-hosts sitting around, smack talking gaming, talking about just about anything that comes to mind while we aren't raging on each other, while we are playing tabletop simulator games. So it's going to be a lot of fun, folks. But until then, if you've enjoyed the show, you've enjoyed what we've done here, and you haven't followed yet, please consider hitting that follow button. It lets us know we're doing something right, and you've had a good time. And if you want to help support a little bit more than that, the donate button's down there as well. Thank you very much for being here, Giotto. Thank you for jumping in when you did. I greatly appreciate it.
No problems.
And Red, and like I said, I want to talk to you afterwards. I got an idea that I want to pass by you. And Red, thank you very, very much for being here. As always, it's been awesome. But until tomorrow, folks, remember the most 2 important words of all time. Game on.
User disconnected from your channel.